and then there's a bunch of stories being told, right? But the only way that every knee gonna bow and every voice will confess, then everybody have to recognize the one individual as the rightful heir to the earth. And that's my take on that. I don't know if it's gonna happen like they say it's gonna happen, but a lot of the revelations been revealing as they say they gonna reveal. So hey, I'm just watching the show play.
Hey, the Pope go and get up every morning and go bow to the Black Madonna. That's our Nana. He go kiss on it. Oh, stand there and stare at her. Oh, help us, Mother God. Huh? Look, hey, y'all. What you say, Roy?
You see the Clips performing at the Vatican?
What? I gotta go watch that right there. What?
Yeah. Pusha T and his brother was performing at the Vatican.
Yeah, shout out Pusha. That's my boy, man.
Yeah, I love Pusha T. Pusha T caught me off guard with some of his lyrics, boy. He wicked with it. He wicked with it.
Man, boy,
if there's one person that can handle Kendrick in the rap game, I have to go with Pusha.
Them boys nice on that new album. Just the time and effort they put into it is real nice.
Yeah. Now remember, the Pope is from Chicago.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, yeah.
He got his people came from Haiti to New Orleans, then to Chicago. He got his drop of blood. What's gonna happen when the darkies take over? See, and the clips performing at the Vatican, I don't even think we know how
Eclipse
what that is.
Eclipse at the Vatican. That's a flip. That's a heavy ass flip right there, bro.
Yeah, Pusha T the Chief.
Pusha T. The T is for Tahiti.
Pusha T. Yeah, Pusha T the Chief. Well, Pusha T, he got the word from a couple of big shots. I ain't gonna go to name dropping on him, but he touched some very powerful people's hand that give him the rub, and that's why like Pusha T ain't regular. You know, he like same mentality like Dolph, Hot, Big, Old Dirty, Dark Man. They all cut from a similar cloth.
Yeah.
Like, and you ain't gonna just say what you want about Pusha. He coming.
Yeah.
Right. But some of the other ones, you know what I'm saying, they can't handle the aftermath. So you know, it's the same with 50.
Yeah.
You can't just say what you want about 50 and don't expect them to respond. And 50, he don't mind getting petty. He'll tell you. You say, yeah, I did it. I only did it because I knew it was petty. Right? So, look, all of these entertainers in the rap world, if you want to know which ones was about our business, look at the Hip Hop Summit by the Nation. If they didn't show up, they suspect. Because it was a carryover from the Million Man March. After they found that letter to the executives about that meeting that they had, then they got a hold of the tape about hijacking the music and making us put self-destructive music out because we made songs like We All in the Same Gang, West Coast Rap All-Stars, Self-Destruction, the whole East Coast rap world. We was all on the same page back then, but we weren't unified with it yet. We were just on the same page of the book, telling the same story. Right? When we go back and listen to those songs, they talking all kind of tribal codes in them songs. But after the 91 conference is when they start pushing this gangster rap murder music. You know, before 91, it was only one person talking about shooting people in music, and that was Kool G.
Yeah, your boy Cool G.
Look, Cool G killed more people with one rap song than John Wick killed in 4 movies.
It's crazy.
You know, he was the original gangster rapper.
That's
He wasn't he was a gangster, but he started rapping. Shout out to Cool G, Black Gorilla family, salute.
That's crazy. It's the last question before we get out of here, Rod. What can we expect? Do you think this shutdown is gonna go 30 days, over 30 days, like the last one did? And that because people starting to get worried about the stamps. You say they did $1 billion, $2 billion loan.
$2 billion. It wasn't a loan, it was money took from Doge. Okay. From the audits when they recovered all of the stolen money.
Okay.
He allocated, I think it was $2 billion to continue single mother benefits is what they called it, and food stipends for children. So that's like WIC, and food stamps, bridge cards, whatever you want to call them, SNAP, whatever it is. But that's what the $2 billion is to pay them out. I don't know how long $2 billion is gonna last.
Yeah,
but when the flip happened, then you won't need those benefits the same way.
Right. Somebody asked, that's for here really the last one. Is the IRS gone? I think they gone. I think the IRS gone.
And they just fired, I think it was 1,500 IRS employees a couple days ago.
What? I do take on that.
Remind me that I'll send you the receipt.
Yeah.
Because I got it posted on my page.
Okay.
The most instrumental tools in the explosion of the Moors from Europe, or as they say, Spain.
Uh-huh.
Like, you got to remember, when Columbus came and went back over there and reported his findings to Ferdinand and Isabel, they had been beheaded.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Right? That was part of the Great Inquisition that lasted 700 years until 1495, I think it was, 94, a couple of years after the reporting of discovery of the New World. When they discovered over here is when they established the New World Order, which was a corporate order, an order of fiction. They always referred to this as the New World because the order of the ages has to come from this land. We have to be intellectually inclined because we are the head of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Of all of the collective people, the body part we play the role of is the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to figure out what's going on so that we can wake the other tribes up around the world. And they all been watching us for years, waiting on us to say, when these suckers gonna wake up? Now we woke.
Yep.
We aware. We see clearly the fraud before us. We don't want to take part in any other fraud. But they compel you with adhesion contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you forced to be, anytime they force you in the contract, that's not autonomous government. That's not self-government. Mm-hmm. We never wanted to be a part of the United States. That's why they called us outlaw tribes, enemy combatant tribes, foreign nation dependent tribes, right? But then they mixed us up in their paperwork and changed our identity over and over and over again. Right? That's to shuffle us up with people that ain't from here that look like us, but they ain't us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? George Washington challenge. In 200 years, will they know what side of the ocean they come from?
Yep.
We come from this side, they came from that side. We just was fighting the war for the throne.
Right.
The great sacerdotal seat of the great mother, which was over here. Right? They use their spells and sorcery and conjure to try to usurp but it only can last until the close of the age. Now that the age closed, the great era of disclosure is here, and we telling everybody exactly what's going on, and they kind of see it, but they kind of don't.
Yeah, it's happening.
Right. So, the awakening, as they call it, is when enough of us is aware that it causes a sudden paradigm shift.
That's right.
This is all that's talked about on the internet right now. Who we are. I don't care if you're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's the hottest topic on the internet.
That's right.
When I came out, the only person that was talking about this on the internet consistently was Dane Calloway, and back then I used to see videos of Chief Warhorse.
Yeah.
Now it's everywhere you look. We telling them the gig is up, trick no good. The grand illusion has been seen through. We see the goofy behind the curtain now. Right? We not falling for it. We know we was invaded. We know we was usurped by dirty Moors.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Not to be confused with the righteous Moors. It's a very unique distinction between the two. All of the Moors know it's the difference between the dirty Moors and the righteous Moors. But sometimes even the righteous Moors, when you hear you talking about the dirty Moors, get offended because you're talking about the Moors.
Right.
You might not have no problem with them because you know they about what's telling the truth about what's right. But the dirty Moors use them as minions and sick among you. So they come heckle you, try to lure you into fruitless debates when they don't even know their own doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
So the Grand Sheik say when he seen me, he the finisher.
That's right.
He came to finish it, close it out, wrap it up. Zigzag flip through the end of the gate. Sew that shit up. Whoop their ass from pillar to post. Until it's all sold up. Now they can't got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The gig is up, the fraud is exposed. Stay out from people, bay, and let them clean up the land. That's all they doing. That go back to what I was saying earlier. ICE is offering great incentives for police to leave the police force and join ICE. ICE is part of Homeland Security.
That's right.
Right, which falls under the Justice Department and ultimately the U.S. Marshals. Then they can be also utilized by the National Guard or in conjunction. Stay out them people way. Them police got it coming. Them judges, I can't wait because I hope they put them on the guillotine concerto and let me pull the rope.
Hey, you mentioned another question I got for you before we go to the next slides, couple slides. Now, in a republic, they said, like in the democracy, they said that the majority rule, and then that nobody else got no rights. Whatever they say, go. And then in pretty much the mob rule in democracy. And they've been promoting the democracy to us the whole time, like making us Nubians think that that's the way we're supposed to go. They down for us, and they've been
okay.
The whole time.
But now, when you go studying socialism and communism, because it's part of world history studies,
yeah,
you realize that when you read the writings of socialists and communists around the world, when it's translated into English, they don't call it socialism or communism. They call it democracy.
For the computer.
It's a whole different form of government. The democracy means mob rule, but it's actually mob control. Ruling the mob with an iron fist. When you go back to the Bolshevik Revolution, you realize that the iron fist was one of their symbols. It also looked like the Black Fist of Unity.
Yeah.
It also looked like the JDL fist. So the fists understand the power of the unity, but they want the unity of the 1% to steal the wealth from the rest.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want the rest to be unified and take the wealth and redistribute it amongst all of us. Because we are heirs to the earth. They got us thinking that we some kind of visitors here. We've been here the whole time. People be like, why you got to pay to live on earth? You don't pay to live on earth. Right. You pay to live with the amenities of modernized living. Otherwise, you just move into the woods and start living.
Right.
But that's not conducive to most people's understanding of life, because we used to civilization. But the tribes that live out in the Amazon, they don't pay no bills.
Right. Right.
The ones that live in the Serengeti Plains, they don't pay no bills. The one that live in Australia outback, they don't pay no bills. Anywhere you don't pay no bills, you have limited supply to what we call modern standards.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to be incorporated in the census, in the count of the people. That's what the census is for, to count the people. Mm-hmm. But when they count you, they have to classify you as in poverty because you're not part of their system. Your wealth is derived from an alternative source, the fat of the land. Mm-hmm. If you can't quantify it in reserve notes, then they don't recognize it as wealth. Mm-hmm. But for us, if it doesn't produce harmony of life, we didn't recognize it as wealth. And sometimes more people, the only thing that kill more people than money is love.
Mm-hmm. It ain't funny, but it's true though.
Yeah. Wars have been started to kill millions in the name of love. You know, so that's the historical record. Anybody can look it up. The only thing they died at the third place is religion.
Thanks. Hey, go ahead. I thought you had to start. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when you realize what everybody dying for, then what is we living for?
Right. That's deep. Make sure I put that as a highlight. Hey, my next question before we go to the next slides is under the Republic, they say that we got God-given rights, unalienable rights. Could you go in on that? God-given rights, unalienable rights under the Republic? Because in a democracy, they pretty much, we got the rights, but they don't gotta really mind them in a democracy because it's a mob rule. But in Republic, those rights ain't nothing no way around it, and it's pretty much this is the Republic. The democracy is just a usurp or try to overlay onto the Republic to try to get us to agree to it. So could you go in on unalienable rights, God-given rights in the Republic?
An unalienable right. First of all, any right you have, if you don't exercise it, it don't matter. Uh-huh. Your rights are only your rights when you are exercising them. Like when I tell you that they enumerated your rights in the Indigenous Rights Act, and it told me I can use the oral tradition to talk to my people.
That's right.
As long as I follow what's called a public notice format. Timestamp, archivable, dated format. All social media reach more than 1,000 people fall under that category. Mm-hmm. So everything I do on social media is those agent notes to principle. Right. Exercising the sovereignty.
That's right.
The Republic is ruled by laws. The people generally elected officials to make laws. Normally it was to fix governmental issues. It wasn't to govern people. It was to get resources to places. The people at the grassroots level was responsible for the local issues. And they was to use federal government to extract resources under the republic, and the resources sometimes require a law to be passed in order for a pipeline to be built, a water channel to be dug, a dam to be built. Remember, in early America, Congress didn't meet all year long. They only met like 2 weeks out the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was never supposed to be a profession. It was supposed to accumulated resources was supposed to provide the needs from a bigger bank to the places that was developing, but instead they started siphoning the money to overseas interests. As any almanac will show you where they were sending all of the money to, they wasn't spending it here. Everything they did was bare minimum for maintenance. That's why our infrastructure was crumbling.
Yep.
Because they was only doing minimal maintenance on the land in order to pay for the rest of the world to be developed.
Yeah.
When you see how Dubai looked, most of that money came from here.
That's right.
When you see how Bangkok looked, most of that money came from over here.
Yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah.
And all of those countries, high-end countries, oil-producing countries, was getting that money from over here. The irony is that we produce just as much oil in the Texas Southwest region as they do in the Middle East.
Oklahoma, all capital of the world. All capital of the world.
They got just as much oil in Mexico as they do in Nigeria. Right? Mexico is rich in all kind of resources, but the people now reaping the rewards of the wealth of the land. That's what's supposed to finance all of our stuff. Because they are accumulating and calculating the wealth they stole from us, because they got to give it all back in the end if we figure out who we are.
Say trustees. That's right.
Yeah. So now, your republic, your rule by law, becomes micromanaging rules. To rule by law, they're making